What would you do with $100 today? A special dinner? A new pair of sneakers? Maybe put it in savings and forget about it? In 2006, an average American did something radically different with exactly $100. And what happened next? Well, that's why you're here. Meet Alex. That's not his real name, but the story is absolutely true. He's 26 years old, works as an administrative assistant in Chicago, and earns $35,000 a year. He lives paying rent, bills, and that never-ending student loan. One day, after paying all his bills, he has exactly $100 left, not for the month, but for the next 6 months. The temptation was real. Gourmet coffee every day for a month, streaming subscriptions for a year, a special dinner. But Alex had read something that would change everything. The first step to financial freedom isn't how much you earn, but what you do with the little that's left over. Instead of spending or saving, Alex created the 4-envelope plan. Each envelope represented a different strategy. The math was simple. $100 divided by 4 equals $25 for each. But the execution, that was a genius. Envelope 1, seeds. Alex researched for weeks and chose an ETF called Vanguard Total Stock Market. Why? Very low fees. Exposure to the entire U.S. stock market. On July 15, 2006, Alex bought 0.8 shares. Yes, less than 1 whole share. Ridiculous? Maybe, but it was a seed. Envelope 2, knowledge. Alex used the $25 to buy 2 used books on Amazon. One about index investing, the other about financial habits. It wasn't an MBA, but it was targeted education. Each concept learned would save thousands in future mistakes. Envelope 3, tools. Alex downloaded free tracking apps, created a simple spreadsheet in Excel, but most importantly, he found an online compound interest calculator. By investing $25 with monthly contributions of just $50, the numbers were magical. In 30 years, $118,000. The math didn't lie. Envelope 4, protection. The last $25 went into a separate account just for emergencies. Why? Because Alex knew that life happens. A flat tire, an unexpected dentist bill. If there wasn't protection, the seeds would be uprooted at the first crisis. The first year was anticlimactic. Alex saved $50 a month by cutting out coffee and lunches out. In a year, the portfolio reached $625. It seemed insignificant. Friends were buying new cars. Traveling, Alex only had a slowly rising graph and 2 scribbled-on books. The social pressure was real. Live a little, friends would say. You only live once. But Alex had discovered a secret. Delayed gratification is a superpower. Every $50 invested was a vote of confidence in future Alex. In moments of doubt, Alex would return to the cold, hard math. $50 a month for 30 years with an average return of 8%. That turned into $74,000, not from nothing, from consistency. Then came 2008. The financial world collapsed. Alex's portfolio, which had patiently grown to $1,200, plummeted 40%, $735, less than the original value when considering inflation, the ultimate test. Every instinct screamed, sell, protect what little is left. But the books, the research, the history, everything said the opposite. Alex remembered a phrase, be greedy when others are fearful. Instead of selling, Alex did something counterintuitive. With $500 saved from extra side jobs, Alex bought more shares of the same ETF at a price 40% cheaper. It was the most difficult and most important decision. It wasn't a large amount, but it was a principle. Consistency trumps timing. After the crisis, something magical happened. The market recovery, combined with Alex's consistent contributions, created a snowball effect. In 2010, $2,000. 2012, $5,000. 2015, $25,000. It wasn't laughing all the way to the bank money yet, but it was significant. With salary increases, Alex practiced reverse lifestyle creep. Instead of increasing his standard of living, He increased his investments from $50 to $150 per month automatically. Before he even saw the money, it was already invested. The habit was internalized. The secret was never about sacrificing everything. It was about prioritizing. Alex still traveled, but stayed in hostels and during the off-season. He had a smartphone, but an older model. The conscious trade-off. Less consumption today, more freedom tomorrow. 12 years after the first $100, Alex reached an invisible but crucial milestone, $50,000. Why crucial? Because that's when the investment return surpassed the monthly contributions. The money was starting to work harder than Alex. The magic of compound interest had finally kicked in. The $150 Alex invested every month were now supplemented by $162 in portfolio gains. The system was starting to feed itself. Alex wasn't just saving. He was building a money-making machine. When the pandemic hit the markets in 2020, Alex didn't have an anxiety attack. The system was automated. Buying on dips was now a reflex. The account reached $78,000, fell to $62,000, then recovered to $85,000. The emotional roller coaster had been replaced by mathematical competence. 17 years later, the original $100 plus consistent contributions of $100 to $200 per month, plus the inexorable power of compound interest, resulted in exactly $100,317.52. $100,000, not from an inheritance, not from a millionaire salary, not from Bitcoin at the right time, but from consistency, from patience, from education, from prioritization. Alex isn't rich yet, but he has achieved something more important: financial autonomy. The next $100,000 will come in half the time, and the one after that in even less time. This story is about you, not about Alex. Do you have $100 or 50 or 20? The amount is irrelevant. What matters is starting. Today, now. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait to know everything. Start small, but start. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it. Open an account with a brokerage like Vanguard or Fidelity, 15 minutes. Automate a monthly contribution. Even if it's just $20, 5 minutes. Buy a total market ETF like VTI or SPY, 2 minutes. Repeat for the next 10 years. That's up to you. Comment below, my envelope, and tell us what your first small step is. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single dollar. A journey of $100,000 begins with 100. This is a true story of how small amounts of money, given enough time, become large amounts of money. And your story begins now. Like, subscribe, comment, and share.